the society and our baby mamas and every other person thinks we are stones. We don't have feelings or emotions.
Just because you're a man.
Just because you're a man. And the more you try, the more you get blocked, disrespected, disregarded, undervalued, underappreciated. Your access to the kid is limited.
Wow.
And then even the courts and the way the government works in Kenya yet. Yes, the courts.
The policies.
Yes. Let's say the courts.
Yeah.
The policies are there.
Yeah.
It is written even now, 50-50, even co-parenting. But the courts, they don't implement and follow to the latter. If you are a boy child, if you are a man, nobody really cares. You fight by yourself. You might be able to see your child if your baby mama feels like. If she doesn't feel like, you'll not see your child. If you go and take your child by force, she will play victim, or the child will be told negative things about you. Ushaenda kuchukua mtoto na mtoto anakuangalia zile za I've had wewe. Yes. Anytime you're with your child, your baby mama assumes unapeleka kwa malaya wako. So you are not allowed to have any other relationship or introduce your child to any other person that you're seeing, because if you do so, baby mama will give you conditions. Okay? But baby mama is able to introduce the child to any other person they're seeing. That's not normally happens. Probably the baby mama lives with another man or with their parents or wherever. But itakuwa tu, baby daddy has to. Mtoto hata naumwa tu na kichwa, ni utapigia utume pesa Panadol. And you're like, but you're with the child. So, some baby mamas use children as leverage. And they use children to torment the baby daddies. You see, unaona mtoto according na venye anataka, na venye anajisikia, na penye anajisikia.
Yeah.
Umetupa mtoto. Ulitupa mtoto, hautaki mtoto, haupeni mtoto, you don't appreciate the mtoto, nini, whatever. There's a lot of men who are taking care of children that are not theirs. Why? Because wanafanana mapua, ama macho, ama rangi. Baby daddy akitisha DNA, baby mamas get offended. I don't know why. Uko na pesa kulipa lunch? Sina. Ebu nione wallet yako. Ndio yako na okay sawa ndalipa. But uko na pesa kulipa lunch? Sina. Ebu nione wallet. No, huwezi ona wallet yangu. Wewe lipa tu, mimi nimekwambia sina. Unataka kutraumatize wallet kwa No, that's not the point.
And maybe for real hauna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if you are a baby mama and this person is the father of the child and you are sure, just let him do DNA so he can man up and take care of his responsibility.
Yeah.
Because some women don't even know who the father is. Wana speculate. Na wengine wanawekelea the most likely candidate to support. Every baby daddy who is useless asumbuliwangi na baby mama. Hatukiuliza anakuambia mi baby daddy wangu alikufa. Mimi sijui yako wapi. I took care of her and my son. And after like 3 months she could not manage because she's born tau.
She could not manage the gishage life.
Gishago, yes. Hawezi kunywa uji na mahindi na ni the same thing. Unajua uji ndo juice ya mahindi.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So ange manage. So her mother called me and told me niaje kutesa mtoto wake. And she was sent transport and she came back to Nairobi with my son.
Hello viewers and welcome to Lucimoria Network. Again, it's a beautiful day. We want to thank you so much for the continued support of subscribing, commenting and sharing. Today we're bringing a special guest, and the person we are just about to introduce to you today is a musician, a renowned comedian, a handsome, hardworking, smart, intelligent, and the most super single dad in the country. And this person is none other than Obinna.
Oga the top.
Karibu Oga to the show.
Sema handsome.
Hey.
Hapo.
Hapo sana ndio. Diambare asikie.
No, she knows.
The reason we have you here today on this show, it has nothing to do with comedy. It has nothing to do with being musicians. We are none of those ourselves. And it is about your story online and your children.
Okay.
A lot of dads today, or maybe a bigger percentage of men today, you know, there is a man who could be a husband, who could be a parent, and could be a father.
True.
but a lot of them, they are just fathers, they are not parents. So what is so stunning about you, and what I noticed with other people out there, is you being a great dad, single dad, as young as you are, because the challenges we are facing with these old people, you see here, the Kenya Pro-Aging is about older people. When we go in those villages, what we find it is a lot of young people like you, both men and women. When they get their children, you are a single mother or single dad, you can go drop your children and leave them in the villages with your mom or with your aunt or with your grandmother. And that has really affected the well-being of the older persons, because they are not supposed to be raising kids now. Each one has their own responsibilities. Now, what is stunning about you is you never went that way. I don't know, you are going to tell us, how did you become a single father, that you are doing it so well, and you are doing it with the social media effect? We don't know the effect. So tell us about your single fatherhood.
Okay.
Yes.
When I was in high school, finishing around Form 4, that's when I met my first baby mama. She was more of a friend, and she came through for me a lot. So when I got my first job as an office messenger, I used to invite her over. She had a daughter. She was called Immaculate, my goddaughter. So around this time, that's how my firstborn was made.
Your son?
Yes. Then I lost my job as an office messenger. I went back to Ushago with the mother. Actually, she gave birth in Russia, in Kisumu. She had a CS. So I used to take care of her and the baby, maji ya chumvi, warm na nini. Kwa hiyo walikuwa natumia zile nini za blue.
Yeah.
Yes, kushona. Yeah, kitambo ilikuwa ile kwenda. Nowadays I've seen that calling it bikini line.
Yes.
Yeah, 13 years ago, technology kama iko imefika hapo, so it was the one for like this. So I took care of her and my son. And after like 3 months, she could not manage because she's born tau.
She could not manage the gishage life.
Ushago, yes. Hawezi kunywa uji na mahindi na ni the same thing. Unajua uji ndo juice ya mahindi.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So ange manage. So her mother called me and told me niaje kutesa mtoto wake. And she was sent transport and she came back to Nairobi with my son. So that is how me and her, we separated. Because later when I came back to Nairobi, she had moved on with her life. She didn't want to see me. I was a failure in life. Then later when I started improving is now when I managed to at least get access of my son, be present. It was not easy. But now having all this happening, we could not get back together because now we are different levels. Walikuwa juu, mimi nilikuwa chini.
But you missed your son.
Yeah. And I had to be there for my son. Yeah. So that is how I ended up being the first baby daddy during that time. My second baby mama, we were together for a while. We broke up. Then after a period of time, there's a time she got to lose her job. And she called me because I was still her friend. And I went there as a shoulder to lean on. That's how my second born was made. It was not planned. Now you know, yeah. So we were not together yet. Yes, but now there's a child. So like I think 2-3 months later, she tells me, by the way, I'm pregnant. I'm like, yo, okay. We are not together and we're not going to get back together, but I'll be there for the child.
Wow.
So that's how my second born came about. My third born, I was with my baby mama for a while.
That's the third baby mama
one,
now?
Yes, the third baby mama.
Okay.
So we were on for a while, and when she got pregnant, things were not working out between the two of us. It was a lot of vurugano.
Yes.
So we separated when I think she was like 5 or 6 months pregnant. I moved on, she moved on with life, then she delivered, I was there. I remember the day she delivered, I went to the hospital. Tulikuwa nimepiga zile marashi zile za kurefill. Zile za Somali.
Nilisikia mkafukuzwa kwa.
Watoto walisneeze kwa hiyo ward vibasa. Tudogo
Yeah,
because ni ward ya mama wamezaa.
Yeah.
Tukafukuzwa, tukaambiwa tukae huko nje. Na tulikuwa tumeoga na hizo cologne.
Yes.
Because I was going to prove a point. I'm like, big man.
Yes.
Yeah. So my daughter was born, but me and the mother were not together. But when my daughter started going to school, we had to come together and work team effort. So I looked for school for the baby, started going to school. Then my daughter was very attached to me, even more than Lola. That's Ada. So Ada would come home. If I'm not home, she would be dramatic and everything. I would be called. So that one, talk to her, nini, come over, kumbembeleza, kumlisha, kumwosha, kuchill nae. So that one, now we started warming up with the mom again, because we were not enemies at this point. And I have a very soft heart. Most of the time, you will offend me, but after a period of time, if you piss me off, I'll stay.
Especially where kids are involved.
No, even without kids, even just general people.
Yeah.
I always just forgive again, and then the people just repeat the same thing over and over.
Good thing.
So it's a good and bad thing. Yeah, sometimes I wish I had a very strong heart.
Yeah.
I would not be having some useless heartbreaks that I've been getting, but it's fine. Story for another day.
Yes.
So me and the mother, we started warming up to each other because there was a child involved. We're here. So tukikaa, tukifanya, nimekuja kuchill na mtoto. Mtoto akishalala, sasa mimi na mamake tumebaki.
Mna chill.
Tuna chill.
Yeah.
So yo kuchill is now how my last born was with the same baby mama.
Yeah.
So it's not like we sat down and said, oh, you know, we need to get pregnant and everything. So this one, she just told me, hey, by the way, I'm pregnant. I'm like, again, hi, finish. I'm like, okay, let's try. So when she got pregnant for Lola, we decided to try and mend things. So we came back together again, tried it again for 5 years since when Lola was born, because we were together for that period of time. I was there in the ward, Lola kizaliwa, and sikukula nyama for a while. And I would not advise any man. Uone venye mtoto kama uko juu, shika mkono wake na uko juu, lakini usichungulie, because ukichungulia ni kubaya. Yeah, so we tried again for like 5 years, didn't work. Then I left again. So that's how I've been able to be a baby. But at least
this time you are stable with your jobs now.
No.
During Lola's mother time.
No, my job.
You are still.
Entertainment has never been stable.
Yeah.
In Kenya, entertainment is not stable.
Yeah.
Entertainment today you get, tomorrow party. Ukikaa hapa sijui, the next call nazapigia, the next 5 minutes might change my life.
It is true.
Or it might destroy my life.
Yeah.
You know, in entertainment ni kubahatisha.
Not in Kenya, yeah.
In Kenya, no. In Kenya ni kujaribu tu. Upate gig, usipate, upate nini.
Yeah.
Unaweza ingia, even radio, even TV.
Yeah.
You get in today, you're told job is over. You're like, what do you mean? So entertainment in Kenya kidogo haijafika pale. But ni kujaribu tu. You just have to know how to balance vitu kidogo hapa na pale. Yes. So that's my story of being a baby daddy. So somehow, now I have 4 kids, 3 baby mamas, and we are trying.
But you moved in with your children, the 4 of them?
Not really. I moved in with my son and my second born. I moved out with them because this is not their mother.
Yeah.
And because of other situations that I don't like to discuss, they were comfortable moving with me.
Yeah.
And their mothers were also okay me being with them at this moment.
Yes.
Even though we've also had our push and shove over the period of time.
Yes.
Then Mama Kinalola stayed with Kinalola. Then a few months into it, the push and shove nini, she got, I think, a job in the UK. And she left. And she left my kids with her mother. So it's like I was co-parenting with the mother. And I could not take that. So I refused and I took my kids. And I was like, if she's back, if she's not back, I'll stay with my kids. So I stayed with my kids for a period of, I think, 7 months or so. And about 2-3 weeks ago, she came back. I didn't know she was back. I just realized when on Friday, when the kids were being dropped, 2 didn't show up.
Yeah.
Then I was told their mother picked them. So right now, I don't have Lola and Ada again. So I see them when their mother wants me to see them. So.
Oh, so Lola and the sister don't live in your house?
At the moment, no, for the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Hey.
It's very complicated.
It's complicated, but at least you can manage. You said your dad was never in your life. Did you say that?
No, I said my dad disowned me at some point. My dad was there. However, you know, back in the day when we were being raised, our fathers were present, absent.
Yeah.
Our fathers were meant to provide.
Yeah.
Kucheza na watoto, kucheka na watoto, nini was never the work of our fathers. Hata kucheka na mama yenyu.
Yeah.
Very few occasions do you see your mom and your dad laughing.
Yeah.
Our fathers used to give our mothers orders.
Yeah.
And us. Na akikaa chini ya mti akifanya shughuli yake ama atoke aende kutafuta kama ako Nairobi ama wherever, nyinyi mnakaa nyumbani 6 months, 7 months. You see your dad once, disappear again. You see your dad once. So that is what used to happen back then. So my dad was there and not there at the same time.
Now, you know, I'm wondering, with your dad being half present, half absent, and a lot of people, they think children copy their parents somehow. Where did you develop this love for your children? Couldn't it have been influenced by your being not there, your dad, or?
To a certain level, this is what I would say. Being a present parent, whether a mom or a dad, it matters and it varies with individual. There are individuals who are raised in very loving families, but they're very terrible parents.
Yeah.
Because of just who they are.
Yeah.
Then also, some people try and do what was not done for them. Or some people do things that were done for them. Take, for example, when you join Form 1, you're bullied. Some people assume when you get to Form 3 and other Form 1s come in, you have to bully them because you're bullied, which is stupid. Because the people you're bullying are not the ones that bullied you.
It's true. Yeah.
It would be right if you say, I'm now in Form 3, I can challenge these other guys. Let me go to Form 6 or Form 7 and let me challenge them.
Yeah.
You know. So the same thing as parenting. There are some parents who are very good parents because their parents were absent. So they know what they lacked. Now in my case, I know I'm doing to my kids what I wish my dad did for me and with me. I'm like, if you could only be here, if you would only understand me like this, if you would only provide for me like this is how I could have been. However, there are some people who also their parents were very, very present and they feel like my dad spoiled me, so I'm not going to spoil my children. And the same thing happens with parents when they have more than one child. When they have the firstborn, their parents who are always very busy, they're never there. So when they get the secondborn, they want to compensate. They're like, hey, mtoto wa kwanza tuko hapo, wacha tujaribu. And there are some parents, when they get the firstborn, they spoil him. Because my only baby, nini, then mtoto anaharibika.
Yeah.
Then now the secondborn, they come and they say, let's change. Huyu tulikuwa light sana, wacha tukue tight na yeye.
Yeah.
So the same thing happened with my parents because my dad was not my friend. And when I sit back and I look back in the day, maybe he realized there's some mistakes he did with my firstborn. Yeah. So he wanted to be very strict with me. However, our firstborn, when we were growing up, was the perfect child. Yeah. Mpole, aongei, nini, whatever, clean. Nini, mimi nilikuwa kirere, I was everywhere. Ukisikia kikombe mpasuka ni mimi.
Yeah, laughing.
Yeah, kelele. Kachini usome nini. So I was that person. So it's like my dad used to tell me all the time, can you be like? So he really wanted me to be like my
someone
elder bro.
Else.
Forgetting, or maybe he didn't know, that children are different. Sure. I look at my kids, all of them are very different. Yes. Lola's craziness is not the same as Ada's craziness, true. And Breezy craziness is not the same as Liron's craziness. Yeah. But I try to balance because they're very different. But if you're not informed or exposed, you might want to think that your children should be the same. The same way, children always assume the parents are the same. True. They're not.
You should be like so-and-so's parent.
Yes.
And so-and-so's parents does this, why don't you do it?
Even your parents, you'll think you want mom to be like dad. Yeah. Or dad to be like mom. Yeah. They're different. They've been brought up differently. So your mom might be very strict because of maybe the father was strict or they were not strict and he doesn't want to. Or your dad might be strict. So there's always a variation. Yeah. That once you understand, you're like,
it works.
So the same thing, myself and my kids, I'm the disciplinarian. Their mothers, not so much.
Relaxed.
Yeah. So when they're always with me, they always know, hey, dad does not like this and this and this. And then I'm also their friend. So I'll discipline you with love. Me, I never discipline my kids with anger. Then I'm your friend. I'm your confidant. I'll have fun with you. I'm
telling you this because I care.
Yes. And I'll also have fun with you. I'll play with you. I'll do whatever. And I'll understand. When we talk about boyfriend, girlfriend conversations, I want to sit there and we laugh about it.
I hear you.
Yeah. So, because I've learned different and I'm trying to parent different.
Yes.
Yes.
So, like, if I would be asked, your plate is like that's overflow. I see you online at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I'm like, this is a single dad who has a kind of job like this. When you are saying it's unpredictable, unaweza pata hata kazi jioni hivi uambiwe
you must for the next 8 months.
Ama uambiwe you are shooting the whole night, unasema yes whenever someone is available.
Like today we're leaving here at around 4 a.m.
Yeah, I saw you guys
today we have like 8 guests and each guest is talking for like 2 to 3 hours.
Wow. So anyway, with that kind of program, how is your day like? How do you manage? And you have also people even at work to manage, you have homes to manage,
Yes.
you have office, you have to look even for the people to interview and all that. How is your day like?
Scheduling.
Yeah.
So I wake up at 5. The kids get up, they prepare. I chill on my bed. I buy time. Then when they're ready, they've had breakfast. They always come say hi. They take shower, they prepare, they dress up, they have breakfast, and then I drop them to school.
You drop them?
Yes, every morning apart from Tuesday, because Mondays we shoot until like 4 or 3 a.m. So Tuesday is normally my off day, morning hours.
Yeah.
Yes. So I drop them to school before 7. Then I go to the gym. Then after the gym, I get into the day's shugulis. If it's meeting, shoot, anything. Now that comes after the gym. Now that one, I feel my day is aligned. Our job is very unpredictable, so I try to organize mine and plan. I don't hope, I strategize. I always tell people, even my team members, hope is not a strategy. I'll not hope to get a phone call. If I get, good. But if I don't get, I still have my plans, and my plans will still happen the way I plan them.
Yeah.
So I always know, for example, Tuesday is my day off because on Monday the shoot go until late. So I'll sleep in on Tuesday, wake up around 9 or 8, depends time usingizi imeisha. Then I might go to the gym in the morning or in the evening. But now I start planning my week, what's gonna happen and everything. Wednesday until Saturday is always bumper to bumper, because from Friday, Saturday, Sunday you get gigs, and sometimes Sunday I'm home with the kids, or sometimes not. But any little time that I get when I'm with my kids, we'll either watch a movie, play, talk, and always try and have dinner together. Yeah, out we normally go on Sundays, but it's tricky because sometimes I don't have all the kids. So it depends on the moods of the baby mama. When you have baby mama gives the kids, if she doesn't, because also when I go with these other two, the other two feel left out, because they'll see on their YouTube channel, or they communicate and they say, unajua dada alitupeleka out, then the others will feel bad. So sometimes you're forced not to take these other two out because you're waiting to have them all together. And when you have all of them together, you don't have time. Or if you have time and all of them together, you don't have the money. So it's complicated. So we try as much. That's why when I have them, I maximize. Wow. When I have my kids, we'll play, we'll go out, we'll do whatever. The
kids that you drop to school in the morning, do you pick them up or someone does?
No, school bus.
Oh, the school bus.
School bus drops them back, because when I drop them in the morning, you don't know how my day is going to be. So I'll not guarantee to be back.
But I see you even sometimes having dinner with them. When do you go? Do you leave the work and go?
You plan.
Wow.
Yes, if I have a free time, I'll create it for my kids. Okay, this is how my free time works. When I'm free, I'm either in the house by myself watching a movie.
Yes.
I'm in the house with my kids, or I'm in the gym, or I'm in the studio creating music.
Music?
Yes.
Oh, you'll have to sing for us.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, as a single parent or dad, we are talking about you now. I know there are even single moms or parents.
Okay.
What would be the challenges, especially when you are a man? Because I know the challenges are different. I've been a single mom, so I know for maybe the mom part, yeah, and especially a single dad who is young like you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the main challenges single fathers get is antagonism from the baby mama. Normally, most, not all, most baby mamas use kids as leverage on baby daddies. So that happens. Number 2, stigma. Because as a single dad, most of the time, people think you are the problem. And you find about, it's 50-50. 50% of men are, 50% of men are not, the same as women.
Yes.
So there's that stigma. So anytime someone sees a single dad, it's like, yeah, wewe kazi yako ni kukula. You're just like, okay. Then another challenge we have is the society and our baby mamas and every other person thinks we are stones. We don't have feelings or emotions.
Just because you're a man.
Just because you're a man. And the more you try, the more you get blocked, disrespected, disregarded, undervalued, underappreciated. Your access to the kid is limited. Wow. And then even the courts and the way the government works in Kenya yet.
Hapo kwa court, rundia hiyo.
Yes, the courts.
The policies.
Yes. let's say the courts. The policies are there. It's written even now, 50-50, even co-parenting. But the courts, they don't implement and follow to the letter. If you are boy child, if you are a man, nobody really cares. You fight by yourself. You might be able to see your child if your baby mama feels like. If she doesn't feel like, you'll not see your child. If you go and take your child by force, she will play victim, or the child will be told negative things about you. Ushaenda kuchukua mtoto na mtoto anakuangalia zile za I've heard wewe. Yes. Anytime you're with your child, your baby mama assumes unapeleka kwa malaya wako. So you are not allowed to have any other relationship or introduce your child to any other person that you're seeing, because if you do so, baby mama will give you conditions. Okay? But baby mama is able to introduce the child to any other person they're seeing. That's not normally happens. So there's no balance there. Then some baby mamas, so this one I'm talking from the side of baby daddies. Yes. Baby mamas mutajitetea. Some baby mamas will request support from baby daddies, which baby daddies are supposed to send by force, by fire. However, they'll request the support or demand the support, and then they withdraw the child. So you're sending money or support, but you cannot see your child. So she's getting what she wants as a baby mama, but you're not getting what you deserve. You get? Ujora mtoto miezi 6. But every month anakuambia utume pesa, na usipotuma pesa anaenda kutukana online, ama anakuja kazini kwako, ama anakuja kwako. It's a lot of
all the drama.
It's chaotic, yes. Most baby mamas are very lazy in taking care of the child.
When the dad has them?
No. Even when the baby mama has them. They assume taking care of the child is just that whatever she's eating, the child will eat, and that's it. The baby mama will pay school fees. And no, the baby daddy will pay school fees, will do medical, any other activity that the child needs to do. Baby daddy ataitishwa pesa. And you're like, it's our child. You're supposed to do, fanya nusu nifanye nusu, tusaidiane. Okay? They'll assume that. Probably the baby mama lives with another man or with their parents or wherever. But itakuwa tu, baby daddy has to. Mtoto hata naumwa tu na kichwa, ni utapigia utume pesa Panadol. And you're like, but you're with the child. So, some baby mamas use children as leverage. And they use children to torment the baby daddies. You see, unaona mtoto according na venye anataka, na venye anajisikia, na penye anajisikia. Kuja umuone hii Sunday. I'm not available hii Sunday. Oh, utaki umuona? Okay, sawa basi. Utamuona siku yenye ndaamua. Aya, amekwamia mtoto. Now, what most men do, sometimes kama menyimwa mtoto, kuona mtoto, they withdraw the support. When you as a man withdraw the support, that's normally the last line of defense. What does the baby mama do? Umetupa mtoto. Ulitupa mtoto, hautaki mtoto, haupeni mtoto, you don't appreciate the mtoto, nini, whatever. And then most men, when they send the money never does what it's supposed to do for the child. That is why most men prefer, wacha nilipe school fees kwa shule, wacha nikuwe na insurance. Ama mtoto akuwa msick, nipigie kwa hospitali nalipa kwa till number. But baby mamas will not have that. Why? Because they want to have the money, aende nayo salon, anunue manguo, afanye nayo whatever.
Na tena akwambie fees haijalipo.
Exactly. Wow. Aya, some baby mamas wanawekelea baby daddies watoto. There's a lot of men who are taking care of children that are not theirs. Why? Because wanafanana mapua ama macho ama rangi. Baby daddy akitisha DNA, baby mamas get offended. I don't know why. Aya, let's do DNA so that I can ascertain this is my child. Or unitrust, unataka kutraumatize mtoto. Sasa mtoto akigrow, I realize alifanyiwa DNA. It's just like,
just to put you off, undermining you.
It's called blackmail.
Blackmailing.
Emotional torture. Gaslighting. That's what they do. And most ladies don't categorize that under narcissism, but that's a narcissistic behavior. It is very simple. Uko na pesa kulipa lunch? Sina. Ebu nione wallet yako. Ndio ya kuna okay sawa ndalipa. But uko na pesa kulipa lunch? Sina. Ebu nione wallet. No, huwezi ona wallet yangu. Wewe lipa tu, mimi nimekwambia sina. Unataka kutraumatize wallet kwa no, that's not the point.
And maybe for real hauna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if you are a baby mama and this person is the father of the child and you are sure, just let him do DNA so he can man up and take care of his responsibility.
Yeah.
Because some women don't even know who the father is. Wana speculate. Na wengine wanawekelea the most likely candidate to support. every baby daddy who is useless asumbuliwangi na baby mama. Hata ukiuliza anakuambia mi baby daddy yangu alikufa. Mi sijui yako wapi. But anza tu kuomoka hivi ama usumbuliwa, utapelekwa kwa polisi, ufanyiwe nini just to prove a point. So that is normally the main problem. Some baby daddies just want closure. Mimi nilikuwa naye tumeachana because I didn't trust you or you didn't trust me.
Yeah.
I told you I don't want you to get pregnant. You told me you are safe. Ama you told me you're on contraceptives or anything.
Yeah.
And you told me you're not ovulating ama you're in your safe days, whatever. I trusted you. Then later you tell me you're pregnant. So it's a decision you made or you are careless because I put my trust on you. We've been together for a while.
Yeah.
And most of the time when people are together for a while, people don't use protection. We were dating. But I told you, babe, sina pesa ya mtoi, sina pesa ya family. But wewe uko na miaka yako inapita, ama girlfriends wako wanakuchongoa, ama to prove a point, ama uko na mimi ni most likely candidate to be a baby daddy, ukaamua kushika mimba. So what I'm asking you is very simple. Let's do DNA. So I can confirm that's my child. And then I've confirmed, ndio, umeshanikosea, now let me try and provide for the child. But since you decided, and we engaged in unprotected sex, let's provide 50-50. Si umekaa naye una provide rent na food na whatever na manguo, mimi nitalipa school fees na medical. Ni sawa. But that does not warrant you to take the child to a very expensive school to prove a point because unataka kuninyanyasa. Nakwambia I can't afford this school, but unaambia pana mtoto wangu lazima asome hapa. Okay, kama lazima asome hapo utalipa. Aya, mtoto ni mgonjwa. Wewe umemchukua umempeleka kwa hospitali fulani very expensive and I don't have the money. Wanaume ni kutafuta. Maybe you are not my only baby mama or maybe you are not my only responsibility. I have my family, I have my parents, I have my siblings, I have whatever. A man's life, there's a lot that happens. But you wanna think my life revolves around you. So, umepeleka mtoto kwa hospitali expensive, mtoto ameenda consultation ni 3,000. You need consultation tu, baada hajafanyiwa test ama whatever, na hajapatiwa medication, but you're trying to prove a point because you want to hurt me. Why? Because I'm no longer with you.
Usitumie pesa mahali ingine.
Una feel that pesa yangu natumia kwa watu wengine na whatever. But you're forgetting, ni pesa yangu. And you're also forgetting, huyo ni mtoto wetu.
Yeah.
So, what you want me to do to the child, you should be able to do for the child. It's not one-sided.
Kuna somewhere uliongea njuu, we have the policies, we have the laws,
yes,
but the courts don't do the right thing.
No, they don't.
For example, then as you were talking, and I've been thinking so much about the boy child, I also have sons. Okay. I've been thinking about the way the boy child is being tormented. I didn't even think the way you are highlighting it now.
Yeah.
And since it is 50-50, and they start asking for child support from the dad. What if it's the dad, like the way you have your children? Would you be asking the child support from your wife?
They don't send.
What does the Lord say there?
50-50. That's what I've told you.
Then I think...
Let me paint a very simple picture for you. My baby mama was in the UK for about 7 to 8 months, I think.
Yes.
She didn't send a single cent.
And she was working.
School fees, I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah.
But you're in the UK. A single cent for school fees or medical or anything school or health related or salon. Let's even go to salon for the girls.
Simple for the girls at least.
Salon.
Wow.
She didn't send a single cent. There's a time I asked. She posted. I told the girls, tell your mom to send part of the school fees.
Well,
what did she do?
Ulisemea chini akablow kwa...
Alienda akapost online. And I'm like, okay, so we are co-parenting, then how are you helping me? Because I'm staying with the children and I'm providing everything. Okay, then at least can you do salon? Yeah. But what do baby mamas think that is taking care of children? Buying for children clothes. Akinulia mtoto manguo 2-3 smart hivi anaona ame take care of child. You don't know there's above and beyond. Exactly. And the same thing happens with most baby daddies. I'm not saying all. There are some baby mamas who are very good.
Yeah.
Most baby daddies who stay with their children, their baby mamas are not providing a single thing. Me, my other baby mamas don't provide anything. But I'm not blaming them because they are not in a position to. But if you're in a position to, what is hurting you from providing something for your child? You're not sending it to me. You're not helping me, you're helping your child. But most baby mamas will think they're helping the baby daddy. So, wacha nikanyagie. A child will be very sick, like I've told you. but haezi mtibu mpaka babake atume pesa ndio mtoto atibiwe, na si ati hana pesa ama yaki kwa mgonjwa si anajitibu.
Of course, yes.
So the same thing happens, but the courts and the systems, they don't follow to the latter when it's boy child. Another very good example, let me use myself.
Yeah.
My baby mama took me to court. She ran to court for when we separated for sole custody. I don't mind. You can stay with the children for all I care. Back in the day, I was a bit protective. Right now, I'm not fighting with anybody. You want to stay with the children?
Stay with them.
Watoto watagrow. When I have them, I'll create my memories with them and I'll provide from them from over here. Okay, I stopped engaging. I even told my lawyer, venye watamua.
Tell me.
Yes. These are the payment, whatever that I've been making and everything since birth until now, ndio hii. But venye watamua, niambie. I'm easy. The court said it's 50-50 shared custody. She decided with her team, she'll be having the kids Monday to Friday. I'll be having them on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They decided. I was like,
Weekend.
but you know what happens? Even the weekend, sometimes I don't see them. Why? Because the mother is not in a mood to allow me to see the children, or she has plans. And sometimes, I might see my children weekday. Mi nafika home napata watoto wamekaa. I'm like, kwani amujaenda kwa mama yenu? Hapana.
Hatutaki hata sisi.
No, it's not their decision. If it's their decision, me, I will be living with all my kids.
Yeah.
But it's not their decision. Someone has made a decision because they are busy or they have other things they're doing. Let me dump them at their father's place. And then the week goes, Monday, Tuesday, probably on Wednesday, you don't see the kids again. Why? Because someone has made a decision again. Sasa niko free, sawa acha niwachukue. So that's the way it happens for boy child. I have solutions, but the solutions are very drastic and detrimental to the well-being of my kids. So I will not execute my solutions. So what do? I sit back, fold my hands, and enjoy the moments I have with them.
Yeah.
Because if I decide to do what I can do or what I want to do, the kids will...
Wow.